everybody, it's Craig from Doc Sports, back with your NBA rundown of games. I think we're like 8-10 games today, but we're going to cover them all here. Of course, usually IC's with me, Indian Cowboy, but he's off today, traveling back. But we'll have him back hopefully on Sunday night for Monday's games. Don't forget, if you want to get on my top plays before we get to the NBA rundown, my top play is going to be in the NFL 7-unit best bet of the week going in football today. Huge play. Make sure you get on that. It's $30 over at the website if you want to buy the individual play. But if you want to get on my all sports pass, that it will be included in that 2 weeks. You'll be about $800. You buy all the individual sports every week. For 2 weeks, it's just $99. But the only way to get it, you won't find it at the website. You have to text your name to my number here, right here on the screen, 740-760-1131. And I will send you the link to get in. And, of course, you'll get the one-on-one treatment with me. So if you have questions on line movement, money management, whatever, you can always ask away. Okay, let's get right to the NBA. Starting it off, the Pelicans at the Magic here. Magic favored by 6.5, total of 233.5. And, I mean, the Pelicans have won 1 of their last 10 games. If you'd have told me with the talent on this team that they would be just 9-31 in the year. Now, I thought they'd be below 500, but not like this. This is crazy. They're facing a Magic team that's, you know what, I think they're like the 4th best team. No, now they've had a couple losses, but they're 7th best team in the East. It's really close there between the middle and the bottom of the East. And they've lost 2 of their last 3 games, including a home loss to Philly last time out. Now, the Magic are a little banged up, but I hate to say this, I'm going to fade them here. I just think the Pelicans, at some point, they did win at Washington last time out. That was their first win in the last 10 games. I think that might get them going a little bit. They scored 128. If they score that amount, I'm sure they'll cover this big spread. So give me the 6.5 points with the New Orleans Pelicans. Did I say Saints started off? Either way, it's Pelicans. Sorry. Next game, Nets at the Grizzlies. Grizzlies favored by 6.5, total of 220.5. And I'm a little surprised Memphis is this big a favorite because they're just 3-7 their last 10 games. And, you know, the John Morant news has come out that they're basically, he's on the block and he can be had for a big pack of big league chew, I think, at this point. No, I mean, obviously they want to get something for him, but they're just 1-6 in their last 7 games and have covered 3 of their last, or just 3 and 4 in their last 7 games against the spread. Brooklyn hasn't been a whole lot better, but at least they've covered 2 of the last 3 games. And it's a Brooklyn team that I like some of these raw young pieces they have. Now, they just are so hit or miss a little bit, but against the Memphis team that's struggling, I'm going to take the Nets and hold my nose a little bit on this one to take the 6.5. Knicks at the Blazers. Knicks favored by 4.5, total 232.5. And the Knicks are struggling. 4-6 in their last 10 games, just 2-8 against the spread. Ever since Josh Hart has went out, this team has just not been the same. He is their heart and soul. They lost by 5 against Phoenix on, Friday. And they did win at home against the Clippers. But before that, they lost 4 in a row. So they've lost 5 of their last 6 games, both straight up and against the spread. I'm going to take these young Blazers here. They're coming off back-to-back wins against Houston, back-to-back covers. They've won 5 in a row now, both straight up and against the spread. And I'm going to take them here again tonight. Give me the 4.5. I think they get it done here. And I think until the Knicks get healthier, you got to kind of start to fade them. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on all the great content we have here at Doc Sports. Next team, Sixers at the Raptors. Sixers favored by 4.5, total of 223.5. And, of course, we just said the Sixers came off a nice win last time out at Orlando. They also won the game before that against Washington. They had that ugly loss at home in overtime against Denver when Denver didn't play any of their top 6 players. Before that, though, they won 3. So they've won 5 of their last 6, both straight up and against the spread. And this is a Toronto team that they've won 3 of their last 4. So I'm starting to see that glimpse of that team that we saw like game 10 through about game 25 of the year when I thought they were one of the best teams in the East. But this is a tough matchup here. I think they're going to Philadelphia is going to make them score with them. I would probably lean towards the over, but I'm going to take the Sixers minus the 4.5 as well. I think the Sixers minus 4.5 would be my stronger of the 2 in this one. Next game, Spurs come off a nice win yesterday. They're facing Minnesota here. Minnesota lost at Cleveland. So both these teams on a back-to-back. Minnesota's favored by 2.5, total of 235. They both had to travel, so it's not a huge advantage even for Minnesota. Minnesota did play, I think it was at 1 o'clock, so they were probably already home before San Antonio tipped off in Boston. But that was a nice comeback win by San Antonio. I just think this is a good San Antonio team that they're young. The back-to-backs isn't going to bother me with San Antonio. So I'm going to take San Antonio plus the 2.5. They just have so many young guys that I just think they just keep coming at you. Dangerous team. I think they're going to be really one to watch if they can stay somewhat healthy. Miami Heat at the Thunder here. Thunder favored by 14, total of 233. And this is a Miami team that, they lost yesterday at Indiana. The game before at Minnesota. And it's just they've lost 3 of their last 4, both straight up and against the spread. And they're facing an Oklahoma City team that's getting healthier. They were banged up and still came back and won against Memphis on, Friday, I believe. And I just think this is a really, really tough spot for Miami. I think you take the under in this game. I just think with no rest for Miami, I think they're going to struggle to score. They only scored 99 yesterday, 94 the game before that. Oklahoma City defense is so good. I'm going to take the under in this game. Then we got Washington at Phoenix. Phoenix favored by 14, total of 229.5. And of course, Washington, a little hope as you get Trae Young in that trade. And they really didn't have to give up much to get him. And, now I don't think he's still going to be playing today. It didn't help them much last game. They lost by 21, after the trade. Like I said, he didn't play, but to a New Orleans team that hadn't won in 10 games or something like that. And they faced the Suns team that's won 4 of their last 5. They've covered all 5 games. It's 13.5. That's a lot of points in the NBA. In fact, it's if you look at the last 10, only one game of Phoenix last 10 was more than 11.5 points, and that was the cover against the Kings 5 games back. I'm going to take the Suns here minus the points. I think the Washington is trying to get the most ping pong balls in the ball and to try to improve their chances for next year. So I'd take Phoenix. Not a big play. I don't like to lay more than double digits. You guys know that if you've been following. Milwaukee at Denver. Milwaukee's favored by 2, total 223.5. Milwaukee came off that nice win. Giannis had a nice steal against LeBron to finish that game and end up winning that one. They won 105-101 on Friday. Denver had that long road trip. They came home. I always say the game, if you go more than 4 games, you come home, you play against that team, especially if they're short favorite or favorite. They lost by 23 points. I think Denver has a big bounce back game, and I'm going to take Denver plus the 2, plus the 1.5. I just shop it around. I think Denver will play much better this game, and I could see the Bucks having a little hangover after celebrating in LA, probably a little bit too much a couple days ago. 2 games left. Golden State Warriors favored by 6, hosting in the Hawks here. Hawks coming off that nice win, total of 236. And, Atlanta, I think, is finally okay, finally. Trae Young has moved on. Alexander Walker had been playing better than him, and especially if you look at the results of the wins and losses in games played this year. I think Atlanta's a live underdog here. 6.5 is that 5.5 to 6.5 as underdog is always a kind of one that you should have your antennas up, and this is definitely the case. Give me Atlanta plus 6.5 here. This Atlanta team is a team that can probably that can grind on a Warriors team that's not the biggest, not the hardest. So let's take Atlanta plus the points in that one. Last game, Houston at Sacramento. Houston, big favorite here, 12.5, total 222.5. And Houston's probably just glad to get away from Portland. They lost back-to-back games at Portland, both on Friday and Wednesday. I think this is a get-right game. Sacramento is just not very good. I mean, Sacramento lost by 34 to a Warriors team that doesn't beat people very badly very often. They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row and only covered in one of those. Let's give me the Houston Rockets minus the 12.5. So those are my plays for the day. Don't forget, if you want to get on my top plays, it's very easy to do so. You can go over to the website, get this top 7 unit play today. It's a 1 o'clock NFL game, best bet of the week in football. If you want to get the all sports pass, it's just $99 for 2 weeks. It's usually $800 if you buy them all individually, the sports. The only way to get it, though, is you text your name to my number, 740-760-1131. I'll send you the link. You also get one-on-one access to me for those 2 weeks, so you can't beat it. Good luck. See you again tomorrow.